Hello, I'm still here. So yeah, I think these wrinkles are going. It's because I found I'm a motive. I look like Gordon Ramsay. Seriously, it's disconcerting. I think, concerning. Anyway, I'm figuring that with all this sleep that I'm getting, they'll go away. That's my plan. So then I'll look very young and beautiful. So the CBD stuff that I made, a little bit, like I said, I haven't got much left. But what I've been doing is getting it, and I just get a tiny little bit. I'll get some and I'll show you. And because as I said, this one is more like a paste. But it's really clean tasting, so it's not yucky like the other one. It doesn't taste disgusting, and it doesn't stay like what I do. So I get a piece about that big, tiny. Okay, really tiny. I put it on my tongue and stick it to the top of my mouth. I'll leave it there. That'll stay there. If I go to bed now, I don't worry about the patch anymore. I just do that, or I put it under my tongue. And this morning and yesterday morning, I've woken up really good. So, still on just the fentanyl, the cannabis CBD oil, homemade, and benzos, and I'm also having Ventolin because I've got high potassium, and I've never had side effects from Ventolin. I had asthma younger, and that doesn't really affect me. So when they said it lowers potassium, I said, cool, I'll take it. So I have a few puffs of that as well. But that's pretty much it. So, yeah, it's working well so far. So far, so good. And I've been really... I just feel like... I told my doctor from the day he told me I had 12 months to live, it was like I've been fighting ever since. For 5 years I've been fighting. And I'm not fighting anymore. And it's a long story, but let's just say I've been fighting for 5 years. So I'm not fighting anymore, and it's like if you've been on a holiday, really long, strenuous holiday, or somewhere strenuous, and then you get home and you're like, oh, I can relax now. That's how I feel. I feel like I can relax now. And every day up until this last few days, I meditate daily for hours. I tell my kidneys heal themselves, friends working on me, I got this, that, blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing that anymore. And I think it's because I just believe it now. Like, the thing is, I'm using power of the mind, or you can call it self-fulfilling prophecy, you can call it whatever you want, but it's scientifically sound. Power of the mind, athletes use it all the time. Plasticity of the brain. Read the book The Brain That Changes Itself, or there's a documentary online. I've got to blow my nose, sorry. There's a documentary online, excuse me. That's embarrassing. There's a documentary online, The Brain That Changes Itself, on YouTube. You can watch that as well. It'll give you a bit of an overview and an idea of how it works. And plasticity of the brain, power of the mind, and placebo effect. So if you look up, half of healing is placebo effect. So, but you got to believe it, and that's the hardest part. Trying to make yourself believe something that everyone else is telling you is impossible, and doesn't feel possible, or might not feel very possible, and you have symptoms that say you're wrong. But as I did it, the thing is, I started this before. So that's why it's easier for me. So if you were just sick and you just started this without anything. When I got sick, I went to my psych and I said, what do I do? How do I do it? How do I tell myself I'm living when I'm dying? How do I convince my brain to say I'm going to live? And he said, well, you're already doing it. And I said, okay, good. I am in a state of life and I'm already doing it. And that worked for me, because if you just say I'm not dying or I'm healthy, your brain won't believe it. Your brain will just say that's not true. So you won't believe it and you won't be able to do it. So placebo effect, you have to believe it fully for it to work. And I'm trying to use placebo effect to and integrate that with plasticity of the mind. So you'll see in the documentary, if you watch it, that plasticity of the brain is used by a lot of scientists, and they usually use something to facilitate what they do, whether it be sensation through some means or whatever. Whereas I'm doing it just with power of the mind and placebo effect. So, for instance, stem cell. I tell my body to have more human growth hormone to use. I just think, well, I've had a baby, so my body's produced another body before. I've grown up. I've had human growth hormone before, and I've produced a baby. So I just kind of tuned into my belly button, and I said, make pretty much stem cells is what I wanted it to grow, my body. And I just tell my body what to do. I was watching JP Sears before, and he was quoting Anthony Robbins, and I get a bit, 20 years ago, I listened to Anthony Robbins. I was like, fuck, he knows everything I know. What's the point of doing this? I've been a motivational speaker years ago, but I was like, he is saying everything I already know. And I didn't listen to much of his stuff because I never wanted to be influenced by him. But I've heard a bit of his stuff, but not much. And JP Sears, I watch a little bit of his stuff. And he was quoting Anthony Robbins, and he was saying, Anthony Robbins says that the brain just does what is survived, what it needs to do to survive. Well, that's what your brain might do, JP. My brain does what I ask it to do, because our bodies are conscious and our brains work with our bodies, and our brains facilitate the body's wishes, and the body works as a slave or a servant to us. And what we believe, what we put into our mind, is what happens in our brain. So if your brain is just set for survival, then so be it. My brain's set for greater things. And I started this with Think Yourself Thin. I was thinking myself losing weight, and I've done it. I've done it twice. So I already know it works. And I've got other people to do it as well. And it works. I've got a program that works. And you can think yourself thin, and you can change your body shape. And you can change your body. And you can, now we're getting younger, and we've got other people doing it and healing ourselves. And that's what we're doing with those three things. And so our brains are in service to us, and we just let them know what we want, and then they do it. And that's what's happening with me and my friends at the moment that are also doing what I'm doing. As I said, I've been doing this before I realised I had to heal myself this way. I didn't realise it was going to be so hands-on, but I'm happy for it, because I don't think you could write a better story than mine. And I think it's going to be amazing. I think my fairy tale is fantastic. and I'm all up for it, and I'm ready. I'm on it, and I'm doing it. I'm already doing it, and I'm sharing it now, and yeah, so I'm not upset that I'm sick. I'm happy. I learned so much, and I got to get old and die, see what happens, like what friends stay around, who's a fake friend, who's a real friend, who's a community-minded person, who turns up that you don't even know out of the community, and crochets you a fucking beautiful blanket because you're sick. Look at this. Look. And picks of colours in your house when they haven't even been there before. Yeah, there's magic around. People, angels all around the place that turn up when you're sick. And then there's cunts as well. And then there's people you think will be the most loyal people that you can stand by that aren't there for you. And it's really weird. It's really, really, really weird to get to go through all of that. To be isolated, like I've been. I had an abusive carer, to go through that. It wasn't too bad. I got through it. My life always works for me, always. No matter, things go good and bad, but my life always works. And because of the way I view things, that I'm always just experiencing things in the moment, there's no bad, really. Like I said, even if it's painful, I mean, pain isn't great. It's not like, oh, wow, this is cool. But it's still an experience. And I know it will pass. And it's more about finding the solution. And that for me is a challenge. And I like challenge. That's why people jump out of planes or watch horror films or go on rides at the show. That's what you do. People have been thrilling themselves for years. Well, life gives me all of that. My life's awesome. I love my life. It's amazing. I've been saying it for years. I love my life. But, yeah. Whew, I've been tired, though, for a long time. So, I got my best friend here. See, he's got my back. That's Teddy. He had my back since I was 1 year old. Teddy's can talk. They can. If you think your Teddy can talk, you're not wrong. Teddy's magic. If you love them enough. It's my Teddy. Fuck off. He's mine. Me and him got a thing going on. We don't share. And that's it. Okay? I'm all about not sharing. No, I like sharing something. I like everyone having their own things. That's what I like. I think we all should have our own things, whatever we want. And if you work hard, yeah, you get more stuff. If you don't work, you get less stuff. I remember a lifetime when I was Aboriginal, and back then it was all about the meal of the day. And we all had different jobs. And there was one man, he used to make bowls when we used to do the bowl making, but he didn't work much. He didn't forage or do the fire or do anything. So he didn't eat the main meal. He just used to eat snacks off trees and stuff. So he never came and ate the main meal because he knew that he didn't work. So that's how it is. Some people don't, some people do. Most people do. And, well, that's how you have to, because otherwise nothing will get done and it'll be crap. So that's why it's good to work. But, yeah, I think people should have their own things. But sharing's good. But if I go to McDonald's and I say to someone next to me, do you want something? And they say, not really. I say, okay, are you sure? Do you want some fries? And they say, no, I'm right. I'll pay for them. And they say, no, I'm right. I say, okay. So I go through and then they steal some of my fries. I want to punch them in the face, okay? I ordered a medium-sized fries because I wanted a medium-sized fries. If I knew you wanted fries, maybe you could have said you wanted a few fries. I could have bought a large, and then maybe you could have had a few fries. Or you could have said you wanted fries, and I could have bought you your own small fries. But no, you said you wanted no fries, but then you want to eat my fries. Annoying. I hate that. All these hippies that don't like corporations and won't buy stuff from people like McDonald's that come to my house and visit. Maybe visit people that are maybe staying with me. And they're all on about blah, 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 blah. We won't buy corporate this, we won't buy corporate that. They'll go and use my Redken shampoo and conditioner though, won't they? Yeah, $50 flaming for shampoo and conditioner, but they'll use it. They love using my products, but they won't pay for them. No, I don't like sharing. Not really. I'm not a sharer. There you go. I like giving things to people if they deserve it and I feel like it. And then I give from my heart. And I never hold it against anyone or think that they owe me because I gave them something. Because I don't give in that way. And I don't receive in that way either. So if someone gives me something, even if they feel like that means I owe them, not to me. If something is given to me, then I accept it graciously and with appreciation. But that's how I accept it. And that's how I give too. I don't know why I'm telling you this, because my vlog, that's why I just say whatever I want. I'm going to go now. Anyway, I will end this with my traditional ending. Eminem, the rapper, hip-hopper from America, the US of A. I want to meet you. That's my living wish. I have a living wish because they give you a dying wish. They give you all these wishes when you're dying. So I thought, fuck it, I'll have a living wish. I'll do a living song as well, my way. Not by Frank Sinatra, not by Elvis Presley, by me, Letitia Lee. But I haven't done a good version of it yet, but I'll have to do one. But I've got one with some mistakes in it. But anyway, it was going to be my funeral song, but now it's going to be my living party song. I'll have a living party one day. Maybe you want to come, Eminem. If you would like to come to my living party, just let me know. I don't know when it will be, but I'll probably vlog about it in the future. Who knows? Because maybe I can't have one. Because if I have one, then the police might come and get me because I smoke marijuana. Didn't you say no drugs? Oh, I do drugs. Do drugs. Only good ones though. Do the best drugs you can. Always do good drugs. That's my advice to everyone. And you. Only do good drugs. Don't do bad drugs. Bad drugs suck. Okay. Anyway, that's my advice. I don't know why I'm giving it. I don't know if anyone needs it, but fuck it. I'll put it out there anyway. I feel so relieved. I feel happy. I feel like my kidneys are growing. I feel like this milk. I've got this milkshake. I was going to tell you more about food and how I eat and why I eat and how I lost weight thinking myself thin without going on a diet. Fuck dieting. Not me. Not me. That's part of the reason why I wouldn't go on dialysis. Fuck going on a diet for the rest of my life or having a transplant and having to be on some weird diet. No, thank you. Food is too important to me. I can't be on a crazy diet. Sorry. No. I mean, sometimes I eat, sometimes I don't. But I eat when I want and I eat what I want. And I like that. I want to be able to eat what I want. I don't like this limiting business. And when you start eating what your body really wants, you crave good food anyway. You don't want... I eat McDonald's sometimes. I do. I think you have to. I think it's good for your immunity system, to be honest. I drink Coke sometimes. I was in the hospital drinking Coke. They were like, what are you doing drinking Coke? And I was like, killing the bacteria in my system. That's what I'm doing. And they just look at me like I'm a weirdo. But the pharmacist did make it. And I believe that Coke... Well, I asked my body, why do you want Coke? And that's what it said. It uses it to kill the bacteria in my body. I said, thanks. I never drink much of it. I can't drink a full can. But even small ones. But the little cute ones, have you seen the little cute ones? Yeah, I can't drink it. But I can drink half and I like it, the flavour for a bit. It's nice. So my life is varied and balanced. But yeah, crazy diets, fuck that. No, thank you. I want to live. So yeah, I eat whatever. And now that I've learnt more about my body, like I was doing Think Yourself Thin, and that was about eating and being conscious of your eating. I'll talk more about it. But once I started really listening to my body, and and eating what I really desire. I asked my body, I told my body what I wanted first, so what I wanted to achieve, because it was trying to achieve death. It told me that. I said, why am I dying? And it said, because you wanted to die since the age of 3. And I was like, well, so? And it was like, well, I just do what you want. I was like, okay, right. And that's what my brain was telling it to do. So that's what it was doing. So I don't think you know what you're talking about, Anthony Robbins. Not always. Most of the time you do. That's the truth. I'm jealous. I hate being jealous, but I'm jealous. Because I think I should be out there talking like you. I can do all of that. I can do what you do. Maybe not walk fire. I do it completely different. I don't want to do what you do. I want to do what I do, but I just think I know what you know, and even more stuff and other stuff. Stuff you don't know. You know stuff I don't know. But I want to tell people too. I've been wanting to do it for ages, and I've been offered a TV show years ago and my own book deal and all that, and I never took them because I didn't feel like it was time. And now here I am on YouTube with like 4 views. Please subscribe to my channel. Please. There's a thing there, a little witch. If you click it, it'll say subscribe. Press a button, and then it'll tell you when I put new videos up, which will be daily, which is probably fucking boring as hell, but just think of it like a soap opera that you watch every day and find out, but it's real. I'm real. I'm a real person having a real life. I'm supposed to be dead, and I'm not. I'm alive, and I'm drinking milkshakes. That's what my body wants. And if you look up what it does, it is for cell renewal. That's why babies drink milk. And yeah, I think I'm growing new kidneys, and my body wants stuff that helps grow new kidneys. It's not worried about the potassium, so neither am I. So, as I said, if I have a heart attack, then you'll know why. And then you can go, well, she was a fucking idiot, and there's science. Haha. See, I'm a scientist. I'm going to wait for that. Oh, I can't wait. One day I'll get recognised. One day. If only you knew how hard I've worked. Anyway, I'm going. Eminem.